Battle control initialized.
Hello there, comrades and cannon fodder. It's Dvoid here. I've got a 1v1 multiplayer game on Kosovo map. I'll put the production tab on, and I'm using Russia and my opponent's using England. So we'll move into the oil capture phase, speed it up very slightly. Standard build so far, and I always send my 2 rifles out initially to get the engineer escorted safely. 1 rifleman protects from this side, and this guy leads the way in case the enemy sends his first rifles straight for me. So that's what that guy's there for, and then these guys can group together in the meantime. If that first rifle reveals an enemy presence, I can regroup further back. You know, don't engage one at a time. Send a group in. My opponent's got 2 medics and an engineer. Let's have a look at the starting armies. 13 rifles, 2 medics, and an engineer for my opponent. I've got 16, 17, 18 rifles and an engineer. I did save my last 3 rifles for a while, just so I didn't spend as many credits, because I didn't need those 3 rifles immediately. Now it's at the 2-minute mark. I can start producing my infantry and 3 rocket troops as soon as possible. But I tried to arrange this so he did, yeah. He knows I've got troops around it, protecting it. I thought I was a little further away than that, but nah. It's plain and simple what I'm doing there, protecting it. I've got enough, though, to stop that and back away. Now I've got the view range benefit. You don't want to attack into that. There's my war factory. My opponent's got his. He can place his refinery there, but a war factory placement isn't the best. It would be better placing it here. Yeah, it's slightly further from the front line, but it means that your ore trucks will come straight out of the war factory and start mining. And they will here, but it's a bit, you know, not as quickly. Let's have a look at the early army values. I'm at 5,400. My opponent's at 4,900. In the early economy, we've got 15,000 assets each. I'm very slightly ahead. We've earned 8,000 each. 9,000 to me now. 9486, very slightly ahead. And I'm building my service depot. My opponent's churning out barracks, so he's going for early barracks. What's this? Yes, I've detonated barrels, and he can see this, so he wants to attack by the looks of it. Yeah, there we go. And I need to move my APC into position immediately. But he has used stop command, which is good to see. Now I'm attacked from this side, which I wasn't prepared for. He got a few squishes. Oh, it didn't quite make it. And he backed away with that. Yeah, he's right too, because if I've got the view range benefit, I could have backed away there, here, and used it. There's the enemy engineer hiding over here. And he's got a rifle guard. So, as it stands, I've got 2 oil derricks, 3 oil derricks. My opponent's got 1. But I've sent my APC here. Engineer out. And he's caught him out. So, you know, there you go. Don't do that. I could quite easily have waited a moment and then sent my APC in ahead of the engineer. It was an inch across the screen, so yeah. But I've got this rifle guard here. It looks like the enemy's trying to secure an oil derrick. But I've built another engineer. I thought, right, why not? I'll try and gain more of an advantage in oil derricks and keep it. So I've got 2, 3 still. My opponent's got 1, and I want to take that 1. And he's securing this. Now, my rifle has been revealed by this passing it. So it's possible if he was on hold fire, I may have had a chance of killing the engineer. I saw that, but I knew there was nothing I could do about it. So now I'm capturing this one. It'll be 3-1. It's 2 each now. In oil derricks. But now it's 3-1 again to me because I've just retaken the corner oil derrick. So I've kept that 3-1 advantage. He did try and take it back to 2 each, so fair play to him, but I've maintained that advantage. He didn't have enough here. I've sent a few rifles and an APC and forgotten about him for the time being, because I was distracted here. He sent a tank on a little scout, and I thought, right, I'm not reacting and drawing loads of forces away from here, because what I'm expecting is for this to draw my attention and then me to get smashed by a large army head-on, right in the centre or something. That's what I was expecting, a large early knockout blow. But my rifle guards here are going to give me plenty of warning that the enemy are coming. And this has been stopped. I knew to use units here to stop that ahead of it before it arrived. Now, I'm building defences, look, and I've got units. But this force is large enough to push through here, and he's building up reinforcements. There, I'm moving them out now, so I didn't leave him too long. And there, my scout has revealed that the enemy's expansion, but here we are, look, he's attacked, and our army values are 18-17 in my favour. But I've lost an ore truck. There goes a second ore truck. There goes a third ore truck. My opponent's lost 2 tanks, but he's lost his ore truck. I lost 3 ore trucks very quickly there, so that will put me at about 4 or 5. Let's see, I'm at 4 ore trucks now, and my opponent's backing away because he's got no vehicles there. But I didn't see this. I sent this MCV to expand, and it ran headlong into 3 medium tanks. He'll be happy about that. And I'm sending this force here, so this is what I was focusing on. And my opponent caught the MCV, it can't set up, so he's destroyed it, look, gone. That's a shame, and this is where my attention was. 22,000 army value to me, 17 to my opponent, 21, 22 again. But yeah, without tanks, he doesn't stand a chance, and look how my tanks are in a good screening position here. If I have to, I can fall back and use the view range of the oil derrick, and I've got primary production from here, so I've got all the elements I need, except that I'm not producing buildings in front of my stuff, in front of my units. But I'm being attacked here, and I've got that dealt with, okay, but I've lost another 2 ore trucks there. So I'm at 19,000 army value, he's at 8, now he's in low power. But I knew I had this here, I had it, and I was okay. As long as my tanks are screening and I can push through here, I know I've got him, but what I also wanted was this radar dome. But I know I've got that dealt with, but he has destroyed 2 more ore trucks. How many have I got? 3 there that I can see, that's it. And I know he's got an expansion here, and he is preparing an ambush. It's a very nice little manoeuvre that. It's good because he can chop through all this as it walks towards him. So I need to get my vehicles up front quickly and press stop command, which I have done on some of them. But there we go, that momentary screening allowed them to punch through. And he's left 3 tanks to destroy any ore trucks that start mining there. But I didn't want to bring everything away, look, yeah, I'm leaving some units at least. But I keep calling in reinforcements, it's difficult. There we go, I must have him in low power. No, he's not in low power, he's got very little power demands. There's his engineers under fire, good. And I'm bringing my engineer to capture this, then the oil refinery, then this refinery, and then the oil derrick, that's what I want. And I know he should probably have reinforcements coming from this way. So my stream of reinforcements is telling me he's going to let me know in case he hits me with a large force. Because I don't want to underestimate him and that. But I've also got my primary production here. Look, I'm calling units away as they're being built. So I need my attention. Look at that. I'm in low power. But this is where my attention is. I'm maintaining that pressure. I've captured 1 refinery, going for 1 up there. My stream of reinforcements is covering the oil derrick, and I've got him here. He hasn't got enough tanks, and plus his allied single-barrelled medium tanks that you get out of a cereal box. Mine are double-barrelled heavy Soviet beasts, so he hasn't got a chance in that situation. Even if I'm down to 2 or 3, and I've got 4 on the front line, very healthy. Now he's down to 2 pathetic little allied tanks, and I've punched through. You need loads of medium tanks to stand up to Soviet power. But he's got me in low power, look, but I'm not freaking out. I've got the repair on, and these units should respond any moment. There you go. So it's okay. I'm in low power, but that's alright. Now let me look at my situation. I've got 3 ore trucks, but my cash is okay. And now I can see this battle here is turning against me. So it's down to micro. 4 heavy tanks is considerable firepower, so it's down to micro to keep them alive long enough to distract the enemy. Look, his 5 ore trucks are doing nothing. And I'm moving forward here, but I have to replace that low power situation. We're both in low power, but look, I'm driving him off there. He's lucky I survived, but I'm getting my ore trucks back into position. These tanks need to move away. Yeah, it's a shame. I was busy elsewhere and I've forgotten. I've moved them away there, look. They'll kill that tank. No problem. And then I'll use them to go and see if there's any expansion here. So, he's got his tank up there, look. He's going on a little raid. But he sold that radar dome quickly. I wanted that. But that would have been a liability investment for him, because he would have spent the money and time on that radar dome at a crucial moment, and then it ended up being useless, and him selling it for 1/10 of its value. So it ended up being a liability at a bad moment, that radar dome, and anything else he may have invested in. He may have started building an airfield and wasted time on that. And then when the radar dome's destroyed, the airfield is cancelled. It's things like that. But let's have a look at the army value now. We've both recovered power. I'm at 14,000, he's at 6,000. So I'm deciding, like, I thought, right, I don't want to just let him build up a force. This guy's not a weak opponent, he's very good. So I can tell he's very good, so I don't want to overcommit here. Look, I've got backed straight out of there, but I can see light tanks pursuing me, and because I destroyed his service depot, and I can just wipe these out as they get close. They're not going to be of any threat, they're of no use, they're no threat, so I can just back off, kill them, because they're that fast they'll catch up, and their guns won't do anything, but they'll catch up and I'll kill them. So every time I see a few light tanks, I'll just trim them off the army graph. But I can't get ore trucks here yet, but I've got that oil derrick, and here we are. Look, there's another push here, but my opponent's focused his entire army here and into quite a defence force, and he's got his service depot back, so there's a medium tank. But look, I should get wise and destroy this again. You see, as soon as I get a chance, that's it. And maybe with the medium as well. No, he's wise to that. But yeah, he's focused his entire army here. But, you know, it's over for my opponent at this point. Let's just check the cash situation. Yeah, we're both... Yeah, he's better off than me for cash, but a few thousand isn't going to save the situation. And I thought he can hear the fences being crushed. The barbed wire fence. So, he knows where my units are. So he's moved out his entire force, look. And I thought, well, he knows where that lot is, so he's only going to prepare a defence for me when I arrive round here, if there is anything. So I thought, right, I'll send this force to check, and this force for defence. And I knew this warned me that my opponent was attacking up here. He should have captured that. Like I did. But there you go, I've sold that one ahead of him. And here I thought, I'll use the view range of the oil derrick, and I'll go on an eco raid here. What's this? Oh, it's my opponent's engineer. Oh, he's going to capture an oil derrick. But there, I saw that, but I didn't see what happened to it. Did it escape? Yes. Very nicely done, he got away. And my attention was here, worrying about this attack force. I didn't know the scale of it. or where exactly it was, but it snuck past me nicely. And look, he's left my army behind. And then he's going straight for this war factory. That's a good choice, because I've only got one at my main base. After that's destroyed, so he's done well there. But I've caught him. I've got my primary production here in case he moves this way. So that force is dead. And now I've got this one's free to act. Should any moment. There we go. And I saw that and thought, oh, hang on a minute, why throw that force away like that? But it proved to be a lot more powerful than his. It's just, I didn't want to, like, throw it away. 2 heavy tanks is important at this point. So, and look at that, he's wiped all my troops out. There you go, his tank's gone. There's very few rockets in that force. Maybe a couple of them, and he's called it. I'm moving back around this way. But there you go. He had been reduced to this small base here with very little. Once that MCV had to back off, I don't know where it went, but that was the end of that. But I wasn't counting it as being over. No way, because you can a decent player can soon turn things around and come back and make a comeback. What's my army size though? Let's have a look. Oh no, not with a 24 grand army and no against him and no economy. Right, let's have a look at the graphs and charts. There's the army graph. Look how close that was. And then combat started and we both took losses at slightly different rates, but this must have been a considerable like loss here at 8 minutes because my opponent's army value dropped. But at 10 minutes, my army value dropped a lot, and it dropped to about 8 grand or something at 10 minutes. No, yeah, 10 minutes it started to drop, and by 11.5 minutes it was dropped to about just over 8 grand or something, but obviously I ended up with a large army. But there's the army graph, earnings graph. Yeah, my opponent was doing better for earnings at a crucial point. It's like 7.5 minutes. He started to increase in his earnings, and it went up to quite a lot, about 12 grand according to that. But his earnings took a dip, and it started to accelerate after 10 minutes. It dipped below my earnings and really low. So, yeah, that was no good. My finishing army, I think that's 9 heavy tanks and plenty of infantry. And I've got my engineer somewhere. Wonder what he's up to. He did go over here towards the end and capture that. So I wonder if I sent him somewhere safe afterwards. Oh well, it's not that important. I'll find out where he is if I watch the video back. See where he went. There's the army graph. I mean, the finishing army is a combat chart. 289 kills to me, 285 kills to my opponent. So that shows you how close the combat was. That's brilliant. That's a really, really nice indicator of how good a fight it was. But the buildings destroyed, I got 39. That's a nice amount. My opponent destroyed 10. Although my opponent only lost 22 structures, so I didn't destroy 39. Some of those would be fence pieces and neutral structures. I actually destroyed 22 of my opponents, and he destroyed 7 of mine. So that's the proper indicator, the amount we've lost, because when you crush fences and stuff like that, it counts as a structure for some bizarre reason. But yeah, 289 kills to me, 285 to my opponent. That's great. The destroyed value is 75,000 to me, 65,000 to my opponent. And with the structures difference, you know, it is a very even fight that was. It's very good. But I've got support powers because I was building aircraft. I built 2 airfields straight away because I wanted to get air forces into action to make sure I knew exactly where he was expanding to. And so I was able to clip power plants and things like that. Just to, aircraft were a way of not necessarily finishing the opponent off, but they're a very good scouting tool. It's a way of maintaining the advantage. That's how I see them. I'm not overly aggressive with aircraft at this point and early in the game. They're always precious, important, and you don't waste them, even for crashes and stuff, unless it's essential. But, you know, they would have been used mainly to keep an eye on any expansions as he tried to set up his economy again. I would have kept an eye on that, and like I say, clipped a few power plants, a few snipes with yaks on his power plants when I get the chance. Not risking them or over-committing, but just using them to help maintain the advantage. And I would have dropped paratroopers and used the spy planes as well. My production's underway, and I've got yaks building. V2s under construction. Did I have any made? I lost... No, it doesn't look like it. Although I lost my war factory up here, that would have made a difference to their production speed. Economy tab. I earned 123,000 and my opponent earned 95,000. But I spent 124,000 and my opponent spent 99,000. I've got 6 ore trucks left. I did build this ore refinery, and I believe I built 1 ore truck from my war factories as well. And so maybe I would have built an extra refinery. Oh yeah, here. That's right. So I was reduced to 3. I built 1 at the war factory and then built 2 new refineries, and it's left me with 6 ore trucks. And I've still got 3 oil derricks, so I maintain that advantage. My opponent retook the centre because he sent his engineer late in the game and retook the centre. I don't know what else happened to his engineer after that. It probably ran into that flame tower or one of my units or something. But there you go. There's the economy tab. Here's the basic. My actions per minute are 31.3. My opponent's 36.9. So there's a finishing cash and all that. There's all the stats and graphs. I hope you enjoyed watching the game. It was a good one, a good fun battle. I enjoyed playing that one. It was really good. And I was glad I managed to maintain an advantage in oil derricks as well. But there you go. There's the end of that game. And for now, take good care of yourselves. And until next time, viewers, goodbye.
Battle control terminated.